Hey now, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Dad Brow Gaming, episode 1 of our solo battle breakdown series. We want to teach you guys how to make some of the easiest coins in the game. Look, 190,000 coin quick sell just from last week's solo battles alone. So first episode today, we're going to teach you what is solo battles, why would we do it, and how do we achieve such high scores with these crazy thresholds. If you're sick of getting owned by Derrick Henry out of position quarterback and you just want to relax and play some John, watch, learn, stay tuned.
Daddy, are you here?
All right, so talking solo battles. What are they? Why are they important? When you guys talk about it, I don't get it. Okay, so here's the breakdown. EA, every Monday at 10:30, resets a weekly challenge called Solo Battles. Throughout the week, they release some different opponents that you can play. It's offline. You're not playing against an opponent, a real live human. You're playing against EA and a computer opponent that does wacky things. But anyways, it's an easy way to make coins, especially if you have a brand new team, you're just starting out. If you don't like to play online against head-to-head, this is a cool activity for you to do. Or if you're somebody that needs coins, it's easy coins. Look at these rewards. All right, so EA lets you set your difficulty for each game, and the higher the difficulty, the higher the battle score. So here's a look at the rewards after you've played all the games for the week. If you barely score anything, and just to give you a gauge, if you play on the hardest difficulty, which everybody I think should, you would score anywhere between 22,000 to, if you're one of the top players, up to 27,000 each game as far as your battle score goes. So even if you just barely touched it and finished in rookie, you get 5,500 coins. But I think most people are going to finish somewhere around all-star and get 37,500 coins, 2 Hail Mary packs, 1 midfield pack every Monday. Even better, people are going to finish in MVP. Legend is easy. I think everybody could hop on solo battles. You could only win 11 of the 13 games, and if you played on the hardest difficulty, but you didn't even really try to grind, you just turned Chew Clock on and won these games 10-0, 14-0, you can get Legend every week and get almost 60,000 coins, 2 Hail Mary packs, 2 midfield packs, and 2 red zone packs. I think it's super easy to finish in the top 100 if you follow some of the instructions we're going to put forth in our solo battle breakdown videos. But if you look here, if you finish in the top 100, you get 125,000 coins, 2 midfields, 2 Hail Marys, 2 red zones, 3 touchdown packs. If we keep going, top 50, this is where we finish consistently. 190,000 coins, 2 Hail Marys, 2 midfields, 2 red zones, 4 touchdown packs every Monday. On the weeks we play solo battles, we don't always do it, but look at that. 200,000 plus coins every Monday for free. And we can play them while we're sitting here hanging out with the kids, or while we're watching a show on Netflix, or while we're watching football on Sundays. It's an easy activity you could be doing in the background. But look at all these coins. I think everybody could finish in Legend, even if you just start off. If your team's an 81 overall, you can finish in Legend every week and get these free packs and get free coins. It's not that hard. Trust me. So the 13 opponents you're going to see each week in solo battles break down like this. When you go into the solo battles tab, the first tab is the featured opponent. This week's featured opponent is the Zero Chill 3 lineup. This opponent does not expire throughout the week. You can play this at any time. You can play it your first game, you can play it in the middle of the week, you can play it your last game. The other opponents are different, however. So the opponent selection screen, Monday mornings at 10:30 a.m., you get 4 new opponents. They will refresh with 4 new opponents Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. And then the final 4 opponents come Fridays at 10:30 a.m. If you have not played your solo battles in time by certain time gates set forth by EA with certain refreshes, you will miss out on opponents that you could play. So it's just a good rule of thumb. You want to knock out your first 4 games by Wednesday. Knock out your next 4 games by Friday. And then your last 4 games anytime that weekend. There's some different ways you can delay what times you want to do it, but if you just want to be consistent, that's the easiest way to make sure you don't miss out on any games, because look at those coins. You know what I mean? The best rewards in solo battles are saved for the individuals that finish with the top 100 scores each week per console and per generation. So Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X each have their own top 100, as well as PC, and I've heard Google Stadia as well, if there's people that actually play that. But anyways, every week the top 100 players are going to get the best rewards. And if we look at last week, this individual, Storm and Norman 11, congratulations, finished 100th overall. And if we divide that by 13 games, this individual averaged 24,845 points per game. So if we want to average 25,000 points per game, how do we do that? Because it's not as simple as scoring touchdowns. So let's look at the thresholds and the breakdown. How do we get these type of scores? All right, so knowing what thresholds you need to hit on offense and defense and some extras is how you're going to achieve a high enough score to rank in the top 100 in solo battles. So there's things you have to do on offense, defense, and throughout the game. So let's take a look. Offensive thresholds. Okay, we want to hit 50 points, 30 first downs, 30 completions, 500 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 300 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 0 turnovers. Now, there's different people that might break down the thresholds differently. This is what I go after. This is my checklist. And if you just do these things right here and you don't even play the defensive part that well, you're going to score 25,000 points per solo battles game. And that's going to get you pretty close to top 100, if not in there, pretty securely. If we take a look at the defensive thresholds, this is a little bit harder to achieve based on the playbook and the players that you're going up against. But 0 first downs, less than 50% completion percentage by the opposing quarterback, negative offensive yards allowed, 3 to 5 turnovers, and then points allowed do not matter. You can give up as many points as you want to, as long as you score more than them and you win. It's not held against you. And then penalties as well. We can jump off sides. We can do a few things and have penalties that can play to our favor when it comes to the clock and controlling field position. And then the bonus points and bonus scoring that we go after: user tackles, big hits, user everything. Everything you do with your user is going to matter. Jukes, spins, trucks, any kind of moves that you can make when you're running with the football, you're going to get additional bonus points for it. Celebration runs, same thing. And then if you can get any return touchdowns on defense or on special teams, big bonus points. I wouldn't use those in sacrifice of anything on the offensive list. We want to make sure we hit the offensive list. And then there's some debate. Does a 50-yard field goal help? I kick one at the end of a game if I've already scored enough touchdowns and I've got my first downs, just to see. And then yards after contact. There's some people who have said they notice if they receive some contact with their running back at the line of scrimmage and then have 200 plus yards after contact, that they see a lot of bonus points from it. I haven't personally seen it, but I figured I'd put it on there. But if we want to know, here's the carrots we're chasing. Here's what we're going after. How do you achieve 26,000 or higher in a solo battle game? Here's the list. How we're going to make that happen, it's not as difficult as you think. Not near what you think. Trust me. All right, these are some of the key things you have to do within a solo battles game to manipulate the game to make sure you can score these kind of scores and achieve those thresholds. So controlling the field position, we'll cover the onside kicks, penalties, how you limit yardage, when we want to jump off sides, whether it's we need to add extra yardage to a drive, or is there a defensive look we didn't like, because jumping off sides doesn't hurt us. And then time management, there's a quarter by quarter breakdown we like to go over to make sure we're maximizing every second in each and every game. And then the clock management within it, and then threshold checkpoints by the end of first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Where should we be if we're on track? So we'll cover those in depth throughout this series. All right, so the whole point of this series is going to be, can we break down solo battles and teach you how to make coins super easy? Whether you just want to go for that legend status, you can knock these games out in 15 to 20 minutes a piece, or if you want to grind for top 100, stay tuned each and every episode while we break it down. Episode 2, we're going to cover the abilities we like to use, we're going to cover the playbooks we use, and a few other things we do before we go into a game to make sure we can get, for us, top 50 each and every week. So, Dad Brow Gaming, if you like what you see, you know what to do. Hit us up on Twitter. Until then, goodbye.
Daddy, are you here?